Okay, so we're going to continue with this little series I'm doing here of the military vehicles in Star Wars. And so the next one that we're going to do, this class of vehicle, would be considered an interceptor, and it's the V-Wing from Revenge of the Sith. And just looking at the vehicle itself, it's real interesting. I like it. Interesting shape. Yeah, you got the landing gear here, and then the engine back here is a button that, whoops. Sometimes this one gets a little stuck. That's alright, we'll just try again. And it pops open like that. Forgive the shaky cam. Well, it gives you an idea of what this looks like. And this is how you see it in the movie, pretty much. It's weird, it's, kind of a change in the design with what you see in the movie, because if you watch Revenge of the Sith, where this vehicle was in, when it lands, this whole thing rotates. So the wings kind of move this way and then it lands. So they changed the toy a little bit because obviously did that. You can't, you have these missiles here that wouldn't work very well. But these are spring-loaded missiles. There's a button here. But this is the look of it. You got your astromech back here, pilot in there. The Revenge of the Sith line was kind of neat. Was they made two versions of the clone pilot. There's the one that you see that I have in the ARC 170, which is movie accurate for that. But you never really see the pilot in the V-Wing. But they did make a variant where he's wearing black, and I thought that was perfect for this vehicle. So, well, he fits in there well. Like I said, you got these spring-loaded missile spring-loaded missile launchers on each side here. So, and they have these are little like maneuverability flaps here. An interesting choice, but that was there. And then, but it works. I mean, I like the look. And then in the back here, these also move, and they also come off very easily. But it's got two engines, and your wings, which when you fold it up, a little piece of landing gear there. Oops. There we go. And then landing gear on the front. Like I said, lands. It sits really nice. It's good on a shelf like that. I've seen some other people with displays where they're, hanging these from the ceiling, which also looks really good. But anyway, to look at, the different the class of vehicle this would be, as far as a military role, I would say, this is your interceptor. So it's going to be, primarily air to air, or, in space is going to be fighter to fighter. And, it's, if you look at it, it kind of looks somewhat like an A-Wing, which is, your interceptor in the original trilogy. But, if you look at it, it's got two, these engines are kind of, for the size of the ship, would kind of be almost oversized, but you want that for thrust. And so you would see this, like, escorting in like a bomber, I guess. But, you don't really have, well, you have the Y-Wing, which I don't have the Clone Wars Y-Wing that they had, that they had in the Clone Wars cartoon, which I guess, would be your kind of your medium range bomber. But you definitely saw this, like, if you remember, when Palpatine's shuttles returning from Mustafar with Vader in the medical capsule, that there was 3 V-Wings that were escorting him. And so, they're definitely a good, probably a good escort craft. like I said, you got something with high speed that can intercept fighters that are coming in for whatever high value target you have. But it's definitely a cool looking fighter. I like the look, the lines on it, just the way it's set up. And so, not a whole lot. We can look at the detail on this as far as the toy is concerned, but very simple design, and but that works. You're looking at something that's designed to be fast. I do like the feature for here where to release the wings is just this button back here. Here, I'll do it once more. You can see it in the frame here. So it's this button, let's push in this engine here. And there it goes. Nothing too fancy. I mean, it's it's like I was saying, it's a fairly straightforward, simple design. And again, something like you said, you want to it's going to be out there and it's going to be fast to get to whatever, intercept whatever coming in at it for like either a capital ship or, like I said, Palpatine shuttle or something like that. But what's interesting is that if you remember the last scene, one of the last scenes of the movie, they show when they're showing the construction of the Death Star, you hear these flying by and they sound like TIE fighters, which is kind of interesting, which is weird because the Jedi Starfighters look more like, they kind of had like a TIE fighter look in the front of them. But just something interesting I put in there, that I noticed about the movie. And but I guess eventually, this was eventually be evolve into the TIEs. Something, if you look at it, is as the Empire, we'll get there, that they were looking more as, they used the concept of mass. They had a lot of TIE fighters, it was overwhelm the enemy with numbers. But I was looking at it and I was like, one thing I won't be able to really talk about on in this series would be the ground stuff for the Republic during the Clone Wars, because I don't have an ATTE, which would be your tank, or a turbo tank. I don't have one of those either. And then also I don't have any of the ground assets that the Separatists had with the the different types of large droids they had that would be like mobile artillery and everything else. But definitely a interesting topic for me, as I like watching this and analyzing military tactics in the movies. Just kind of fun for me. But that's pretty much it for this video. Short, pretty quick. And but let me know what you think. Leave a comment, like, subscribe if you're not following me already. I'd really appreciate it. Help me grow the channel. And but that's pretty much it for now. I hope you enjoyed this video, and may the Force be with you.
Remember, the Force will be with you always. The Force will be with you.